Monday's the 4th, and I've had a lot of questions from clients about things that they're doing: picnics, barbecues, parties, family kinds of gatherings, social gatherings where there will be lots of food and drink. So I thought I would come and share some really good tips with you about how to sort of manage through all of that and still have a lot of fun. And so my tips never include giving up and depriving yourself. But people will tell me, women will tell me that they skip breakfast and lunch and they save up to eat like a big meal. Maybe they're going to a family gathering, that kind of thing, or a pool party or whatever. And let me tell you, do not do that. Do not save up your calories thinking that if you restrict early in the day and then you'll like save up for later in the day and have that cupcake or whatever too. Don't do that. Any kind of restricting is always, this is my first big number one tip, and it goes for any weekend, but especially when you know that you're going to go to some kind of a social event or a barbecue or something, right? Some kind of party where there'll be a lot of food. Anytime you restrict like that, it comes back to bite you in the ass. Let me tell you, from years and years of experience and from an expert position in terms of how your metabolism works and how that affects your hormones, you don't ever want to do that. It is never sustainable, for one thing, for you to deprive yourself. And all it does is keep you, from a mental standpoint, it keeps you in a diet mentality. And anytime you're in that kind of a mindset and you treat your body that way, your hormones will get even more out of whack. You're training your metabolism in the wrong way, a way that does not work for you. In fact, it works against you. You're also, from a psychological standpoint, and study after study shows this, you're also putting yourself in a position where, because your body cannot sustain that type of deprivation, you are much more likely to chemically crave the kinds of foods that are more unhealthy for your body, and you're much more likely to binge and overeat. So if you go to a picnic, let's say on Saturday, or a barbecue for the holiday or Sunday, and you like wait all day to eat, once it's time to eat at that barbecue, you're going to eat a lot more food and take in many more calories than you ever would have if you have a really good protein at breakfast, minimize the starchy carbs. Then that's going to help you to manage your cravings and help you to manage your blood sugar over the course of the entire day, so you don't have that crash and burn and then inhale carbs at a much higher rate than you would have later in the day. Okay, so a good rule of thumb for you, here's my second tip: don't go longer than, I'd say, about 4 to 5 hours without eating between having a meal and a snack. For most women our age who are dealing with the beginnings of, or even really off into hormonal imbalances, and because a lot of us have dieted over and over because of what's happened with our metabolisms, intermittent fasting will also bite you in the ass. So you're going to cook out, you're going to, celebrate. So first protein, then veggies, and then you guys have a treat. Go ahead and have the cupcake or a piece of cake or pie or whatever it is. Because again, nothing I do with clients has to do with like deprivation to the point where they have to cut out all sweets and all sugar for the entire 12 weeks. You shouldn't do that yourself. If you're trying to make some adjustments on your own and trying to just kind of watch what you eat, that does not mean that you cut out all of the treats. If you enjoy adult beverages, I'm going to give you a couple of tips around how to enjoy them over the holiday weekend, but not like sabotage yourself where on Tuesday after the holiday you're going, what the did I do, right? 1, stay away from the sugary drinks, the margarita, the frozen margaritas, the things that have the mixers in them, daiquiris, that kind of thing. You want to stick with things that you know exactly what's in it, like my vodka tonic, whatever it is along those lines. That would be your first choice. Then you would probably want to go to the wines. Beer, I'd have to talk to you a little bit more in detail about it because it's, it depends on what beer it is. The other thing is, do what I call a 1-1 trade-off with your alcohol, a 1-1 trade-off. And that means if you're going to have an adult beverage, have one, and then have a glass of water before you have another one. So for every adult beverage that you have, drink 1 glass of water at minimum in between. Helps you to like not drink as much because you're going to drink like fluids from the water, and so your system, you're just not going to be able to drink as much alcohol. But there's also a chemical reason for it, and part of the problem with the alcohol is the way that our body has difficulty in processing it. And so there are specific functions that have to go through, your body has to go through to break down the alcohol and really be able to like get rid of it, right? And it's a slower process
than drinking water and eating nutritious food. And so when you are taking in a glass of water in between each alcoholic drink, you're allowing your body to delete the alcohol before it gets into having to work meditate those functions.
It'll also help with hangovers. So there are your tips, you guys. If these were helpful, please put a comment. Have a happy and safe holiday, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.